Hello everyone, so today we will proceed with our snowball and we will work on the house at this particular tutorial. Great, let's start from our poly modeling tool. Let's prepare for a modeling. Super awesome tool to show you the keys. Okay, so right now we will try to create a box, simple box. No, we can try to scale it to real life, or it doesn't matter. We will scale it a little bit later, probably in that snowball. So we can just start simple as that, just a simple cube. Oops, let's snap it to the grid. Center it paper, freeze transformation. Okay, so probably I think we can put something like that, and in these areas can have probably the roof. I mean, can select this too, things like that. It will have some similar shapes to house. Okay, and we can just merge our vertices. Awesome. So we have a reference. Probably we will do the chimney. I bet it's called chimney. Okay, we will see. Maybe there will be place for a chimney, maybe not. Okay. Great. Let's try to offset and extrude it. Something like that. Maybe we will make it even bigger. Can be. It's a cartoony thing, you know. Maybe something like that. What do you think? So about that. Okay, so let's do a hole. So we will offset it a bit. Yeah, let's extrude it inside, something like that. Great. So what we need to do next, we have a very good reference. Maybe we can play with this line as well. Just don't want to have, you know, very sharp angle on that particular place. Okay, so we have a great shape, so we can start to modeling thing. I will select this to both the object and I will add it to the layer and make a probably reference at this moment. Great, or maybe even hide it. Okay, so let's create a cube and we need to make a blank. I don't know, maybe 3x3. I'm checking on now. I'm trying to stay on the grid. We will see how big the house itself is. Okay, so let's open the modeling tools and I'll use the connect and probably divide by 3 times. It will be a blank, but we want to have at least some bendings on the blank, let's say. And probably it will be a master blank or something like that. Great. And let's freeze everything. We will duplicate that one. And what we can do, definitely we can project there. We can, let's say, create a UVs, so we can project the planar mapping from the top, from y-axis, as you can see. Okay, we have UVs, and we need to unfold it. I don't know why I cannot select it. The hell is going on? Some kind of bug. Okay, let's check it out. Let's just have it. Demise, okay, and the panel log, it's, as I mentioned, it's some kind of bug. Okay, so let's select the edges. I want to unfold it properly. So let's make a cut and unfold it. Very good. We can go normalize. Okay, so we'll try to unfolding under U axis, and I will straighten it. Awesome. Great. So we have at least one plank. We'll probably add as a reference as well with UVs. Okay, so what we will do, we'll rotate it, and I will try to align the house form, and it's, as you can see, definitely too big. So I'll snap to the bottom corner and select the house shape, and I will scale a bit, something like that. Awesome. So what I will do, probably I will scale a bit to the side. No, I don't like it, to be honest. Maybe half of the unit. Okay. So probably I will, whoops, we need to freeze everything. Just duplicate it, Shift D, and you can repeat this command multiple times. Great. Okay, maybe that one's it's too much, so let's try to align with this side of the house. So we already know the lattice. We can go to the lattice points and adjust it properly by snapping to the corners. And right now we can go all these objects and clear the history. So in that manner we will lose the lattice, as you can see. Great. So what we can do next, probably I will try to do the top part by duplicating the bottom part. Awesome. So what we can introduce in here, probably I will remove the read mode from the main house, and in this scenario I'll penetrate all these planks. I will combine these planks, clean everything, history, etc, etc. I'll select the duplicated house and the planks. Let's go to modeling tool and press the boolean, and we can inverse it. And as I can see, we need to select in different order. So select the planks, select the house, and press the boolean. I don't know why. Maybe some kind of issues in here. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, let's leave it like that, and let's go then to the surface and oops, modeling, mesh display and reverse. Okay, it's a bit strange, but oh well. Okay, so we have a top part, we have a bottom part. Everything is cool. We have a, let's just Control Alt C. It's my custom combine short key, so just in case you can press that key. Okay, so what we can do right now, I will duplicate this mesh. We'll go to the attribute editor and we'll press a -1 on the Z axis and clear everything. And I will align it with a mesh, with a house shape. Awesome. So what we can do next, we can duplicate this part, rotate it by 90 degrees, I mean. Let's snap it. So far so good. Yes. Again, my tool, that green one. Don't like that we're using so much. Wait, how is that? Why? Very funny. Okay. Simple as that. Okay, so let's snap it in this position as well. Awesome. So we need a roof. Basically, can copy the same thing and snap it to the corner and just rotate it. And just trying to align roughly. So as you can see, something like 55-degree angle, and we can scale a bit. 0.3, maybe 0.4. Okay. So what we can do, we can again clear everything. Probably I will snap to the grid, and let's duplicate. And as you can see, this is the X, red axis. Let's mirror it under the X axis. Yeah, awesome. So far so good. We now need something bigger. I mean, bigger planks or heavier planks. Okay, so let's try to add something new. Oops, 90. What the hell? 0. Okay. Great. So pick the bottom vertex point. We'll try to align it with this part. Something like that. We will scale it a bit to the side. And I want to have them thinner. Maybe 2 of them. Let's try how it will look. Okay, wait a second. I need to try to align with a proper scale. Okay, maybe we can even rotate it in this situation. And no, probably I will want to have a proper properly aligned corner. So in this scenario, I will just duplicate that one, something like that. Great. Okay, so let's combine it. Control C, or for me, Control C. For you, it will be this button, or definitely you can try to add to the hotkeys. As I mentioned before, we will be moving faster and faster. So okay, so we have something like that. Probably we will try to manage it on the side too. So let's try to do it, and we need to move faster, as I mentioned it. Okay, great. So do we have x minus 1? Oops, we need to clear the history. What the hell? Oops, and yeah, clear the history, freeze transformation, and then you can go and mirror. And again, you need to clear the history and clear the inverse, clear the freeze the transformation and clear the history. Okay, but you should already know that. Okay. So we have something like this. We need in here some bigger, bigger parts, or stronger parts as a holder here. So what we can do, we can duplicate this part, we'll rotate it, minus 90 in here and 90 in here, something like that. Very cool. And what we can do in this situation, I don't know, maybe we can doesn't look like will fit like that. Okay, so we can do something like this. That gap, get it? Okay, so let's fill it. So let's go to the make nope. Once again, I forgot where's the whole thing is. Okay, we always have another opportunity. I will just deselect these two sides, and I will use the bridge command, as you can see, this one. And as you can see, okay, perfectly fitting. And for example, when you're using bridge command, you can add a taper, you can add division to that bridged area. Okay, we will talk a little bit later more about that tool in case you have a trouble with that. Okay, so let's clear it again, duplicate, we'll rotate it, probably, okay, minus 90, and it was a 50-degree angle, if I remember right. Wait a second, let's check it out. Oh, I freezed everything. No problem. No, we was talking in the previous tutorial about aligning the object tool. Once again, okay, snap together tool. Select the face, select this face. Great. We're staying on the surface. Very nice. Okay, let's move to the object. Something like that. Probably I will go something like this. Go to 0 position for angle, rotation angle, I mean. And yeah, basically what we can do in this situation, can chop this last part, for example, and fill the hole. We can do other stuff, but let's freeze everything. I will move my pivot in here because I want to duplicate, and over the x-axis just mirror. Awesome. Let's clear everything again. Can go, and we will start looking again for a fill the hole. Damn it. Okay, so let's find it and let's make a yes, and Control Shift and left click to make a shortcut. Let's duplicate. Snap it. Clear everything. And by the way, if you don't like it, this pivot thing is very small. The reason is because I've pressed minus sign into a keyboard. So if you want to increase it, you press plus sign, and if you want to decrease it, it will be a minus. Well, yeah, great. Okay, so what we can do, we can probably think something about these edges. I don't know, do we need them? Maybe not. Okay, so let's try to create a window, for example. And yeah, so simple as that. We'll try to create a window, simple one. Okay. Maybe something like that. Maybe I'll increase this part just a bit. Okay, so let's combine it, rotate it 90 degrees. Let's try to snap it somewhere, align the surface, and just create a simple small window. Okay, maybe one in here, or maybe even two. Minus 90. Okay, we align it. We are on the same height, as you can see. Great. Maybe we need to even lower a bit to look more natural. Okay, so okay, this part is chimney. Probably we need a window in here as well. So let's rotate it 180. Awesome. Something like that, and I will duplicate it, and we'll make another window as well. Awesome. So as you can see, we have our windows on our house, and definitely I did mistake again. I forgot to add, let's say, another like a plane. Right now we can see the planks, but not big deal. We will try to fix that issue a little bit later. I hope this tutorial won't be too long. I don't want to hear complaints about it. Okay, just joking. probably I will to aside a bit. Maybe something like that. Okay, so let's select this part. Try to align the bottom part. Great. And I think probably I will, I will chop in here because we need to have a proper door. So yeah, I'll do that. Snap it here and let's create another lines. I will straighten them. I'll try to snap to another point of the door. Oops. If you're not sure, you can always go to the wireframe to see if you are snapping to the right object. Great, so we don't need this middle part, we can just delete it. And yeah, probably I will go more inside, something like that, because I don't want to see such penetration or something. Penetration code, probably. Okay, so let's try to do something like that in order to have a proper view. Oh, check this out. We need to align these parts because, as you can see, we see damage. I mean, like a hole, and maybe in some cases can work, but let's try to make that house properly, at least for now. I hope I won't be doing second part, so probably this tutorial will be longer than usual, but we need to create a house. I'm not trying to skip something or do something behind the scenes, so it's a bit difficult for me to maintain the speed and talk in a different language. Okay, so I hope you will stay with me. And second, do we have? Yes, we have a delete button. Great. So as you can see, probably we need to introduce the ambient occlusion in our viewport. If we will press this button, it's ambient occlusion, and right now we can, let's say, easier see our objects. They are not beveled, they has 90 degrees angles. This is the reason why we seeing so badly without ambient occlusion, I mean. You can see. Okay, later on we will need to bevel them, but right now we're still blocking and trying to refine the shapes. Okay, so let's make some planes. Degree. I will probably leave it as a reference in here, and for this part I will try to align with a doorway, something like that. Maybe even, I will center it, something like this. Great, and now I will try to scale a bit. Awesome. The problem is that we cannot see it like that. Great, so just move it up front a bit. Okay. And yeah, so I will duplicate that one as well. Let's try to pivot in here, that plane, or maybe move this a little bit more from the surface, it will be easier then. Awesome. Okay, so we can assign different material in this part, and we will have let's say the window glass, for example, or something like that, but it should be tinted because we will see the flanks. Okay, so what we will do next, probably I will try to no, just duplicate the faces of this flank, and yeah, I will bring it up a bit to align with that surface and to cover that seam. As you can see, something like that. Awesome. Duplicate it again. We'll move to another side, clear everything. I will rotate it by 180, or you can flip it by scale tool. Okay, and let's get something like that. And we need to, let's say, clear everything in here and move a bit to the front. Let's have it, nope, too much. Probably I will line with that part just to cover it. And for a frontal, this area, probably I will scale it a bit. Okay, so align these parts as well. Awesome. It looks a bit different. Need to scale a bit, but oh well. So what do you think, guys? Looks pretty good as a cartoony house. Okay, so what we will do next, we need a handle for a door. Let's check this out. What kind of figure we have in here? Okay, it will be a door handle, maybe something very cool. How do you think? Okay, so what I can do in this situation, let's try to cut probably in here originally, and I will try to extrude a bit in this part. Probably I will do a bit angle like that, something like that. Maybe we need to make it a bit more flat or something like this, or even stretch a bit. What do you think? I hope it will be good, but if the Santa will be fat, it definitely will be bad for him. Yeah, it will be bad, but oh well. What can I say? Awesome, so we have okay, so let's duplicate these faces, move it to the front a bit. Let's clear history, freeze transformation, etc., etc., and try to play a bit with that blank. Okay, maybe we can rotate it like that. -90. Scale it a bit. Okay, maybe like a part of a window. Even something like that. Okay. Isolation. I'll delete it. Some parts. Great. So we have created a window. Okay, I will select everything and Control C or press combine. I will probably I will do duplicate again, move it to the side. I will select the corner and I will try. I've selected my pivot to the corner and I will be snapping to this area and move it to a 90 degrees angle. Let's freeze transformation. Okay, I'll move it to the side and delete the previous version because this version already have all necessary parts. So I'll duplicate it again, snap it in here, freeze transformation, move it to the side, delete previous one. Awesome. And just repeat this command for all of this asset. Okay. Probably I can do some time lapse in this situation because I'm just doing the same things, you know. Okay, maybe I'll move that part a little bit down, a little bit fatter, or maybe these guys can be a bit thinner. What do you think? It will be some kind of gnome. Okay, so we need these parts as well. I'll push the front in order to cover. Definitely we can play with this part too. We can combine and mirror it in order to have them equally distanced, but I bet this is not our goal. Okay, so let's create another cube. Let's select it. I'll scale it a bit, probably to 0.5. 0.5. Awesome. So maybe we can go and snap to the corner and try to left like that. Okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty decent. Okay, so probably the bottom part can be scaled, or maybe these parts can be moved a bit closer into the house. Yeah, and they're looking better in that manner. Okay, so let's move to another corner. Very good. Can do the same thing in this area. Snap it. Do the same thing in this area. Snap it. Okay, so just try to align, let's say, move a bit into a house parts and probably select the corresponding object. Probably I will move from the corners right now because I don't want them to, let's say, flickering on the rendering for example. So we can just be more careful with that. Yep. Okay, so as you can see, we doing well. Okay, so far so good. So right now we need probably to bevel our edges. Okay, so let's start from probably the bottom parts. Okay, so let's select the lines. Don't care about this the rest. We can even, just delete these parts. So let's select the lines. Ctrl B in order to bevel. Let's move to point 3. Awesome. Maybe we need to move it a bit down, but I will do it later. Right now we need just to play with all of the rest, I mean. Okay, so let's now I will select these endings and I will just delete them because it can later, when we will do bevel, can impact the results. So in order to avoid it, I've just combined everything, and right now I'm preparing everything to bevel. Okay, so Ctrl B to bevel, point 3, as you remember. Okay, so we can select right now, or just move move away from isolation mode, and definitely I just get back to isolation again. So we can select all these top parts, and I want to align in order to get a smaller, let's say, between these planks, something like that. Okay. Maybe even more. Okay, so we can push it like that. Awesome. So we'll do the same thing for upper parts. We don't need the, let's say, angles. The ending parts, which we'll delete. Okay, so let's select it, bevel. Let's see how it will look on the mesh. Okay, press Y in order to bring back bevel menu and play a little bit with the values. Okay. Okay, so fraction 0.2. You can play with a fraction in this area too. Probably will stay with a 0.2. Okay. So what we can do, we can go to the, oops. Okay, so just isolate it. We'll select the loop, something like that. Ctrl B, and that's 0.2 we was talking. Maybe 0.3. Let's check it out how it will look. And with 0.2, maybe it is better with 0.2. Okay, so let's leave it as a 0.2. We need to do the same thing on the corners as well. Ctrl D, 0.2. Awesome. You need to repeat this command all of the asset, or you can just go and just duplicate, let's say. Okay. I will combine it. I will isolate it. Select a pivot point in here. Freeze. and we will mirror over the z-axis, your history, everything. And let's move off from isolation mode. Okay, so let's do the same thing for this part. Need bevel here as well, so it will be 0.2, and we probably do not need the bottom part. Oops, just the oops twice. Okay, so just delete the part which you don't need. And this is again fail. As you can see, we will need that part, so we need to just connect in order to have a proper loop later on, in case we will require it for a smoothing or something like that. We can play later on with our lines. Okay, so what the hell? Okay, so we do not duplicate at this part, so I need to again move it to the mirror. Let's say just mirror it. Okay, so we will do the same thing for these pillars, probably the pillars should say. Yep. Okay, 0.2. Awesome. I need the top and the bottom part. Let's do the same thing. We'll combine them all. We'll select everything, deselect the middle. I will delete the tops. Okay, select again everything and just Ctrl D, 0.2. Okay, let's play a little bit with the door. Okay, so let's do the edges. No, I don't like such solution, but okay, just try to bevel 0.2. Let me see what will gonna happen. What we'll get from that result. We can play a bit, and we will be doing this imperfection soon, just in order to check it out, how to look on the doors. And I bet with subtle changes will be good. Okay, so bevel 0.2, and yeah, I don't like this part on the bottom, so just delete it. I mean the bottom part. Okay, so let's select again, deselect the lines from the top, and as you can see right now I have selected only the bottom part like that, and I'm deselecting whoops, let's do something like that. Okay, so we can add some division in here too, something like that, and Yes, you can see such subtle changes can do big impact on the view, and if you have time, I bet you must do it, because if you will leave it as a that perfect mathematical perfectly made house, I mean it will look even not like a toy, it will be more like a disaster. I don't know, for me it should have some kind of imperfections, let's say. Definitely, if you will do a product or something like that, it's a different story. But you know, it's it's not a product, let's say. So you can play it with that, and all these cartoony things. So very, very cool things, because you can distort, you can play as much as you want and as much as you like. Okay, great. So I don't know. Proceeding for it's already 50 minutes. Oh my god. This one will be long tutorial. Sorry about that, but as you know, I'm not skipping. I'm doing everything well that you have all information. I mean, you can have everything from it, and yeah. So sometimes it cannot be rushed, because you can impact the result. Definitely, I'm rushing. I'm not very accurate, or let's say. Um, I'm not doing everything what I like. I mean, definitely I can sit for a long time, think about it, and then etc. etc. But in this scenario, it's a tutorial, and definitely I want to create a tutorial not 20 hours long, because in the YouTube probably nobody watch such long tutorial. But I hope at least someone will, for this one. I mean, for this particular one, because I can definitely see that it's very, very long, and yeah, it probably will be issues for people to concentrate for so long. But well, great. Okay, so as you can see right now, I'm just going uh, through object and doing the bevel. And that's it. It's simple like that. There's no special techniques, nothing. Oops. Everything assigning fraction to point 2, and that's it. Just do the bevel. Hmm. Definitely also do the bevel too. Okay, so definitely you can go and play with imperfections. Oh well, this is my mistake again. Okay, so what do we have in here? Probably, I'll duplicate this part. I will add to that corner, into this part, and that's it. And for this previous version, I will just delete it because yeah, it will be faster. I bet. Okay, so maybe we can check what do we have in here. We don't need these parts. I mean the corners. So this part the same thing, but we can keep it. It's not a big deal. Okay, so a window. Let's do some imperfection in this. Oops. No. Probably I will go to the vertices right now and try to. Oops, we have mesh under the mesh. Okay, let's check this out. What do we have in here? What the hell is going on? Okay, so let's select this part because I see that it's missing. We'll go to extract it. Okay, and I will delete the duplicated part. Let's double check if some kind of issues are with the mesh. Okay, I cannot see them. Everything is cool. Only one part deselect. So select everything, combine. Awesome. And right now we can go and let's clear everything. And we can even try to play with one thing. I'm not sure. I believe it shouldn't be working, but oh well. I'll select this window, that window, that one, that window. Awesome. And the last one, this one. We'll go replace object. Let's check this thing, and then no, won't work. Okay, this solution. Okay, so let's clear everything. Clear everything and do a copy. Control D. I will isolate it. I will probably snap to the grid. I will clear everything again. And yeah, so what we're gonna do, we will select two of the parts, select that one. Let's go to modify and replace. Whoops. And let's select replace objects. Okay, where we have these objects in here. Okay, so basically the pivot point is not right. Yep. Okay. Not a problem. Everything is cool. No worries. Need to clear the history for all of them. Awesome. Okay, so right now we need only to rotate them. 180 in here. Freeze and clear everything. And 90 in here. As you can see. So once again, I've introduced another tool, replace the object. If you don't know how to use it, you can go to my other tutorials where I'm talking only about that tool. Okay, so what we will do next. Probably I will play with asymmetrical things in here, and we can move them to the chimney. Okay. Let's big, too drastic changes. Want to have to break them. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll leave it like that. Okay, so for this part, I don't know. Maybe rotate a bit in here, something in here, something up here, and I want to reset the tool because I don't like when the pivot sticks like that. I like when it sticks on selection, let's say. Okay. Same things for this one. I'll try to, move this guys a little bit to the top, this part a bit to the, let's say, into the house. Okay, something like that. Great, so we have something. Almost. Okay, so let's isolate our chimney. Bevel the lines. As you can see, it's definitely worth to do that. We'll select this inner line as well. And yeah, so press Ctrl B. Awesome. Probably I will go to the point 3, point 2. Now let's check it out, how it will look for the house. Point 2 fits well. Awesome. We can do next, probably for that chimney, we can create another cube, to make a bricks or something like that. I mean, something simple, not very sophisticated, but Ctrl D, point 2, awesome. As you can see, there's no fancy stuff, simple like that. Creating some bricks in order to have some different, let's say, pattern or something like that, because it can be very seamless and not interesting, let's say. So yeah, so some basic slide changes can do big impact on visuals. And yeah, right now we're trying to learn them in the basics, and later on such many things like details will be crucial to your environment, let's say. Okay, can rotate it like that. So as you can see, we have something from very simple shapes which you already know. However, when we're trying to mold something, sometimes we have an issue. So as you can see, I'm playing one by one. I'm creating from big asset or big blocks to smaller and smaller. So I hope that these tutorials are informative for you. If it's not, you can always ping me, and yeah, just write a comment and always reading them, to be honest. And 0.05. Okay, okay. So, how do you think how it will look like? Will be good. I bet it will be good. Probably we need to add some beveling here. Maybe not. Maybe I will do it, but very, very tiny bevel. Okay, so 0.1. Okay, will work. I hope that it will work. Okay, we will see later. So great. So we have simple small house. We don't need these parts anymore. And this house will be added near to the Christmas tree. And probably, we can do from this part, for example. Let's delete that one. Okay, not from this part. They don't have inner side, so probably we'll use that one. And as you can see, we not added the details, any details to that part. So let's do it. Let's do it fast. Something like that. Okay. Awesome. What for this side? Same thing. Let's draw it a bit closer to that. Awesome. Okay, and my goal was when I was starting to say I want to create a small fence, so just basic thing. Okay, maybe even we can just create a cube, simple cube. Yeah, let's make a plank again. But and I love this part. Okay, so let's just do it. Damn it, I'm doing crap, some kind of crap. I'm losing concentration. Okay, let's take them. Yes, we don't have an inner side. This is the problem. But oh well, let's try it like that. Let's try to fill the holes and we will see if it will work. If it's worth it, not worth it. Okay. Let's deselect this part, and as we know, we can use a bridge command for that purpose. Yeah, and for these gaps, we can use our fill hole or just press Z button. Yep. Let's select this one. Let's do something like that. Something like that. Awesome. Freeze it. Okay, maybe something stronger to hold this part. Maybe even select the top. 0.2. Okay, so it's a different amount of bevel, so I was checking if it will be very visible and maybe it will look not so great. Okay, so I will select this part. It was bevel. Okay, I will try to complete this one as well. bevel, selected in bevel. Great. So what do we have in here? Let's combine. And yeah, you now have some kind of fence or something like that. And again, it's a small detail, but yeah, it looks better. Oh, okay, we can just rotate it. Whoops. Okay, let's try to freeze transformation, or just clear the rotation data, and probably do a copy. Okay, so freeze everything. I will invert, rotation actions in order to get a bit different look, not so similar, or even you can play with that shapes. Okay, in order to break a look, let's say that they are identical. Okay, so I bet. Oops, Jesus. Okay. Okay, so I probably leave it like that. We'll leave without UVs, without anything. We just have model shape, simple shape. And I don't like, and I forgot even about these planks on the top. So what we will do? We will Control B, do the bevel, 0.2, 0.3. Okay. Okay, the same on the same side? No. So press Y, 0.3. Okay, now they're looking the same. At least I think so. Okay, so now the thing is that we need to. Okay, so this is the chimney. This is everything what we need to have. And yeah, you see we have this shape here. So I don't know, it's depending on your choice what you want to do. In my case, probably I will leave it as a geo in case someone will try to look through the these wooden parts. And don't forget that we have a sculpting tool which was introduced previously. So let's do fast tweaking on our house. So let's select it. Let's go to the sculpting. Let's take a grab tool and just a bit let's play with our mesh. Yep. Okay, so let's select that one. Again, let's take a grab tool just to break some repetition. Awesome. Easy like that, we can create something unbelievable. Yeah, it's definitely easy to make such asset. However, we need to start from something small. Isn't it right? And as you can see, you can bevel these parts as well. And for these dark parts, dark things, what can I suggest you to do? It's simple. Just try to use hard edges later on. But no worries, I will show. I will show everything. No need to stress. Okay. Okay, and the last one, this one. Yep. Oops. Can grab tool. Yeah, you can see that these parts are floating in the air, but super cartoony thing, so I hope it will pass. Okay, so let me know what do you think about such simple house, and yeah, don't forget always to use bevel. As you can see, this small thing do drastic changes. Bevel, point two, bevel again. Yeah, definitely if you're working on a low budget something, or your computer is very very slow, but these days, oh, I bet your computer is much more powerful than mine was 3 years ago. I have that feeling. Okay, so you see, we have now everything almost completed, and it's pretty cool. It's very simple, but pretty cool, at least for me. Okay, guys, thank you and cheers. We will proceed with that a bit later. See ya.